What is up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream over on YouTube and over on Facebook. Hope everyone is doing good so far this week. It's only Tuesday, but hopefully your week started out good and that you're gonna finish your week good. As you guys come on in, hit the like button, say what's up. Oh shoot, talk to everyone in the comment section. Got the mother stuff from the Nitto drop recently. Say what's up to everyone. Hope everyone is having a good night so far. If you guys are new to the live streams, basically all we do is you guys ask questions and I answer questions. So whatever you guys want to talk about, whether it be Toyota stuff, whether it be life stuff, whatever it is, you guys can just throw it up in the comment section and then I will throw it here on the screen. Like Leo's question, he says, was there a promo code for Westcott Designs using TRD John? The unfortunate thing about Westcott Designs is Jeff rarely, very, very, very rarely discounts his products. I believe they only do one sale per year, and I want to say it's Veterans Day. I can't remember exactly. Hold on. Oh, crap. Holy smokes. I can't remember which holiday it is, but Jeff only does a discount code for one holiday a year. Unfortunately, there's no promo code, but if you do want to shop Westcott's products and in the end just say, hey, TRD John sent me here, I would appreciate it. Mackie, hi, how's it going? They better show us the SR5. I hope to see the SR5 4Runner soon, man. Yeah, it stinks. I will be going, so the title of this, right, is more shows next month. I will be going to the Texas State Fair next week. Also, Texas Truck Rodeo to drive other brands. Whoa! John's stepping out of his comfort zone. Gonna be driving, hopefully, the Frontier, because a lot of people are going over to the Frontier, the Colorado, all that stuff to see how much better it is than the Tacoma, if it is. What I think about driving it, and honestly, I'm really excited to drive Rams and stuff like that too. So we'll see what type of video content comes of that, but I am excited for that. That is going to be next week. And then the week after that, we are going to Overland Expo East. So not sure if any of you guys are going to be going to Overland Expo East, but I will see some of you guys there maybe. And then after that, I have an event called Camp Toyota. So I'll be hanging out with Toyota Jeff and some other content creators as well up there driving some cool vehicles. And then I also have a cool video planned with Toyota Jeff as well in collaboration, is that the right word, with Toyota for veterans and stuff for Veterans Day, which is going to be really freaking cool. Then we have SEMA after that. And then I think I'm done for the rest of this year. So that'll be pretty cool. Those are the events coming in the next couple weeks or so and months is that stuff. So we got Texas State Fair / Truck Rodeo, an event called Camp Toyota. We have the Overland Expo East and also SEMA. So 4 events coming up, which will be pretty good. So welcome everyone into the live stream. Guys, throw your questions down in the comment section. Leave a like, say what's up. Hope everyone is doing good. Ray, how's it going, man? What is up? Julio, what's going on? Says, hey man, I really appreciate your video where you broke down the payments and how much you made. Love the transparency. That video, like, again, I don't make videos to brag or for clicks or anything like that. This YouTube is truly a hobby. It really is. Money is a byproduct of that, and you know everyone loves money. It is nice, right? But at the end of the day, if I did want to stop this YouTube channel tomorrow, I totally could, right? And then just sell the cars, live my life the way that the other side that you guys don't see on YouTube we're doing. But really, I just enjoy it so freaking much. I enjoy helping other companies grow. I enjoy showcasing products for you guys of companies that I truly like believe in and stand behind. There is some stuff here and there that I do just want to try, like electric bikes, for instance. Haven't really had any issues with our electric bikes. And I was like, hey, time to showcase them for everyone here on YouTube. So, I mean, like there is cool benefits from it. And I do really enjoy it. But I'm glad you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys missed it, basically, I think it was Sunday's video that went live. I was just breaking down, how much YouTube pays me so far this year, how much all these expensive cars are, and if it's worth it, If it was a normal job, I probably wouldn't have the Land Cruiser or, the 2 trucks, really. That wouldn't make sense because that would eat into profits. But, like, when you're doing it as, a fun hobby and money's the byproduct and stuff, then it's great. So, Julio, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that video. Leo, how's it going? Says, do you think the new FJ Cruiser will be worth buying? If they come out with it and it's actually a little crossover SUV and it actually gets good gas mileage, I think that would be worth buying. I think that it would be really cool, honestly. You see it a lot right now. A lot of other brands are doing small trucks, which are very successful, and a lot of other brands are also doing small crossover cars for off-road. Toyota does have that with the RAV4, and the RAV4 in the Overland space is really good. So it's very strange that Toyota hasn't added one more to that lineup like they did with the Land Cruiser, the 4Runner, and the Sequoia for SUVs. So I really hope that Toyota does bring the mini Land Cruiser, or whatever the name is going to be, crossover style SUV. Don't need another body on frame. But if it is a body on frame and it's small like that, that would actually be really cool. It would be different than the competition. But yeah, I think that it would be cool to buy and drive, especially if it gets good gas mileage. Super, how's it going, man? Says, hey, it's been a while. Glad that you were able to jump on into the live stream. Says, are you going to be driving the new Armada? If they do have that there, or at least to look at, I would love to look at that. I don't know if it's going to be a whole big video or some smaller videos here and there. Sorry, guys, I just ran like a mile and a half. Or like a big video for all the vehicles, or if I'll just do little one-off videos, or maybe short-form content, like with my reaction with these vehicles. I don't know. I can see analytics, right, in YouTube of who watches just long-form video, who watches just short-form videos, and who watches both. So about 80% watch both, which is cool, right? But only 20% of my viewers watch the short-form stuff. So clearly, that's not people watching these live streams and whatnot. But I am curious as to how that I could showcase all that for you guys. But yeah, I do plan to look at the Armada, the new Rams, Chevy stuff, Ford stuff. Hopefully I get to drive a Ranger Raptor. That'd be really sick, because I wasn't able to make it yet to the Ford dealership. Maybe I could do that this week, because it's just been raining. That storm that hit Louisiana, we got a ton of rain the last couple weeks, and it just doesn't make for good video. What's good, Tierney John from Washington City up in here. Greg, hope you're doing well as well. Yancey says that you mentioned in a previous video that you were going a different route on your next third-gen Tundra. You briefly mentioned retaining a more stock suspension setup and a smaller 34 or 35-inch tire. That is exactly what I said. So my last Tundra, it was about a 2.5 to 3-inch lift kit. Still rode really good with 37-inch tires. Now, it looked awesome. I loved the look of my Platinum. Even when in yesterday's video, or Sunday's video, when I showcased my Platinum, saying that I sold it for that second gen, I was like, dang, that's a good looking truck. But with the next build, it'll kind of be like this Tundra build out here that we're about to do with this one. This one is kind of like a test to see if I like the kind of more OEM plus kind of approach to it, because I really haven't done a third gen like that. So it'll be lighter tires, 34 to a 35, really no lift on the truck, and then just some interior bits here and there, and maybe some exterior bits too, because the next third gen I have, unless I really just want the third gen Tundra again in its current form, the next third gen I have will be a refresh one. So whether that's next year or the year after that, 2026 or 2027, that is when I plan to have another third gen Tundra. So if the 2025 is here and the 2026 is also a just normal third gen Tundra, which it may be, I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see kind of where rumors are this year and stuff, this upcoming year. And this second gen Tundra build is done and I have extra money to throw at a different truck, I may just buy a Raptor or a Chevy to bridge that extra next year gap until the refresh Tundra comes out. So that is what I plan to do with that 3rd gen whenever the refresh finally comes. Josh says, ready for 4Runner prices to be released. Bro, me too. Me too. I am so ready for that. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's December, right? Because the drive event most likely won't be until January or February timeframe. Because I don't see them doing it after SEMA during December for Christmas season. I don't know. They may. But, like, it most likely will be January. But I'm curious if legality-wise, if they have to release a price in 2024 or 2020. I have no idea. Because I was told, like, they have to at least build some in December. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. It's all over the place currently for this new 4Runner. Super says, have you heard anything about the Lexus LX 700? And also down here, because I am running behind on comments like I always do, because I love giving you guys all the answers and the time that you guys deserve, because you guys are taking time out of your night to hang out. Super also says, what do you think about the Sentry SUV? Consider it's going global. So to answer the Sentry first, that thing is sick. It's like a Rolls Royce. It is so cool. I could only imagine what the pricing would be for an American version of it. It'd be cool. I mean, Toyota Kyron already has it set up with the Crown brand already here. If they brought that Crown here, or that Sentry as a Crown, I can't remember if it is a Crown product. I think it is. But if they brought that Sentry here, that would be so cool. Also, this, I believe it's coming for 2025. If 2025 Lexus stuff isn't out yet, I think they said that it's coming for 2025 models is the rumor of that. So I would expect to see it this upcoming year. Should be the same powertrain as a Sequoia. I'm not sure if it's going to be hopped up a little bit for more horsepower and torque because it does run premium gas. Sorry, it was something blowing on me. I want to make sure it wasn't a bug. But yeah, hopefully we will see that this year too. And the Sentry would be sick. DVRGZ, what's up, man, says, debating between a Smart Cap and the GFC shell. What are your thoughts? So Smart Cap is built really well. Same with GFC. My biggest thing is the weight of the two. I believe Smart Cap is like 200 to 300 pounds or something like that. It's very heavy for static weight to always be sitting there. And I believe the GFC is like 115 pounds sitting there. So that's why I like the GFC. It's very lightweight. My only con with the GFC is when you're driving and you do like a head look to like look over like into your blind spot area, you can't see because there's no panels on the side of it with windows. The only panel with the windows is in the back. So that's my only con so far that I have ran into with my GFC topper. Aside from that, super lightweight. I love it. I'm about to put an awning on it too for the Overland Expo coming up in like a couple weeks. Jesus, it's crazy. For everyone just now joining the conversation, we have the Texas State Fair next week. We also have the truck rodeo going on, and then we will have the Overland Expo East. Then we have a little event called Camp Toyota, which is going to be pretty fun. Some creators getting together and stuff. We're going to go camp with Toyota, drive some cars, get some content creation for that. And then Toyota Jeff and I, we're going to be taking a Toyota vehicle down, doing some stuff for Veterans Day. And then we will be going to SEMA. So got 4 pretty big events coming to wrap up the year this year. And that's why I don't think that the 4Runner event is going to happen this year. Just because like SEMA, I got the invite for like last week and it's like a month away. Whereas I feel like, I mean, the 4Runner, when I got that first invitation, it was several months in advance. So I don't think that it's happening this year, guys. Phoenix Odyssey says, hey, John, do the different 2025 4Runner trims have different width in fender flares? They should if they are like the Tacoma. So the Tacoma, your TRD Off-Road is a little bit wider than the SR5, the TRD Sport. And those are the only ones for the Unlimited and most likely Platinum, right? And then the TRD Pro and Trail Hunter are even wider than that. And I don't think it's the actual fender, it's just the fender flares, right? Like you said in the question. So the smallest is the SR5s, sports, all that stuff. And then the TRD Off-Road has a little bit thicker. And then the TRD Pro and Trail Hunter, I believe they're like 3 inches. They're pretty thick flares, honestly. Walter says, I really enjoy watching your videos, dude. Thank you so much for the support. I truly, truly appreciate it, guys. I appreciate all the support, especially in that video on Sunday. Again, it was not to brag or anything like that. It was really to motivate people and just say that you can, you know, find money anywhere and do something that you love and, you know, enjoy it, and money is a byproduct basically of that, and it's just awesome. And the support in that, like, I wasn't looking for people to like say supportive stuff. It was just more for me, for you guys. But the support in that was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed reading all those comments, and I try the hardest to read at least every single comment. I try so freaking hard to reply back to every single comment, but sometimes it just gets out of hand, and YouTube isn't the best sometimes about allowing me to stay up to date on the comments. If you guys do want to comment here, you guys can. So far, we are only 10 minutes behind on comments, so don't think that I forgot about you guys. I am trying to catch up. If you want, you don't have to. If you want to donate to get your question all the way up to the top, you totally can, but you guys do not have to donate at all. We're just enjoying the live stream so far. Greg says, got to check out my first Land Cruiser 250. I found the footwell area to be very small, particularly the width. Wondering if you feel the same on yours, hoping the 6th gen is wider. Now that you say that, I feel that the Tacoma has a little bit more space in the footwell area than the Land Cruiser does. You definitely do feel a little bit tighter driving the Land Cruiser, so I think that the 4Runner will be a little bit wider. This is, you know, Japanese built, Japanese engineered, Japanese everything for overseas markets and stuff too, right, where people are smaller than Americans. So, yeah, I actually can, like, I never thought about that, but now that you say that, I think that. I feel like the Tacoma is a little bit wider in that steering wheel column area, and also where your feet and stuff go too. That's actually really good. I never even noticed that. Google K1 says, I can't wait to see a Toyota Stout. Do you think it will be worth buying? That I personally will 100% buy. I think that is the coolest little thing. I love mini trucks, by the way. I think that they're so cool. One day I want to have an old Toyota pickup. 2 versions of it, really. One of them, like a nice lifted kind of, you know, not Marty McFly version of it, but that kind of look to it. Just an old school Toyota pickup that is lifted on some steelies and all that stuff. Just looking old school, right? And then I would love to have a street truck version of it, slammed to the ground with a Tundra 4.7 liter V8 in it, supercharged maybe. I think that would be really cool to have both of them. But I love small trucks, and if Toyota can make a Stout with like their 2.5 hybrid system in it, you know, like the Land Cruiser, what the hell, like the RAV4 does, dude. And if that truck got 30 to 35 miles a gallon, the fact that Toyota hasn't made that truck yet, I mean, I know Toyota is very slow to be doing stuff, but my gosh, man, they need to make that truck so bad. Like, Ford Maverick is just so successful, it's crazy. Do you know if the new 4Runner will be flat towable? No idea. No idea. Toyota really doesn't make vehicles easily flat towable, do they? I don't know if it will be, honestly. I mean, I don't know how you flat tow, but I know you can put the vehicle in neutral. But I have no idea if it will be legitimately flat towable. Alexander says, as of right now, what do you think about the new 4Runner that's coming? Do you think it could be a lot better than the new Land Cruiser? So it can be for different people, right? Like the Land Cruiser, to me, I enjoy the Land Cruiser a little bit more right now, just because it is its own like vehicle, you know, like its own front end, its own rear end, its own interior. I just like that it's its own Toyota, right? The 4Runner shares a lot of stuff with the Tacoma, which I personally don't like. That being said, though, the 4Runner most likely will have a much larger aftermarket scene for it. This Land Cruiser is actually getting quite a bit more than the 200 series did, just because it's relatively more affordable, right? Instead of $80,000, $90,000. Like, this is, you could pick them up right now around 50, because there are sales and stuff going on for this Land Cruiser right now. So they're relatively more affordable, right? Still expensive, but more affordable. I think that is where the 4Runner will shine over the Land Cruiser also. And Shadowverse, no comment with this, but brand new member to the channel. Dude, I appreciate that so much. We are actually gaining quite a bit of members to the point where I would like to start doing some giveaways for members. I just need to interact more with them. So basically, the member is set up on this channel. I have SR5 tier, TRD off-road tier, limited tier. I believe I have limited tier, and then TRD SR5, TRD off-road, limited, and then TRD Pro tiers, I guess. It starts at 99 cents. If you guys want to support the channel for 99 cents, you can. And of course, TRD Pro is the most expensive one. You guys, again, don't have to be members, but I highly, highly, highly appreciate it. And Shadowverse, thank you so much for becoming a member on the channel. When we start getting more members, I would love to do monthly giveaways for them and stuff. But right now, I think we only have, 10 members, 10 or 15 members. So that's absolutely awesome that people do that. In my head, right, like, you know, where I am with math, I'm like, okay, I have 100,000 subscribers, which I know there's, you know, not dead subscribers, but just like subscribers that are not clickbait, what's it called? Bots, I guess, because YouTube is absolutely horrible with bots. I don't pay for bots, guys, but there are probably some bots, subscribers and stuff. But in my head, I'm just all like, man, if every single one of those subscribers just like donated $1, like you could just imagine like the cars that I'd be able to do or the giveaways I'd be able to do. Like that would be really cool. Like just to use that as the giveaway model of just churning cars for people. That would be really awesome. And that's eventually what, not like I want to get the channel up to because a lot of those channels are kind of dead. Like I've watched channels in the past that did a bunch of giveaways and everything. And I was just like, dude, like no car you're like getting attached to. Like I don't like this because you just buy a car, you give it away in 2 weeks and it's gone. Like at least for the Tacoma, which I did mention in Sunday's video, if you guys wanted to see a giveaway with that, and a lot of people actually watched that part and commented, which I like. At least we've had the Tacoma for 6 months, you know. I road tripped with it, I used it, people became attached to it on the channel. And, you know, I just think that that would be really cool. But new member Shadowverse Live says, I'm hoping to create my own YouTube channel, maybe hopefully be able to afford my own Land Cruiser 250 one day. Only way I see that happening at this moment. Heck yeah. Well, look, the channel for me started out with me just buying my 4Runner, you know, and then I was able to make this YouTube video on it. Stuff started to take off. I doubled down and just stayed with it. And you never know, man. You never know. Or it doesn't really need to be Toyota content either. The cool thing, though, for those making Toyota videos, is that your video may get recommended because of my channel, right? So like an established Toyota channel and other people too that are established car reviewers and stuff that make content on, let's say, this Land Cruiser, on the right-hand side, if you're on desktop or as you're scrolling on mobile, your video may get recommended to that next potential viewer. So that's the cool thing about starting out new is, you know, the people that have gotten established, they may allow your videos to be recommended, which is actually really rad. So definitely just do it. Yeah, definitely just do it. And then another one coming in also from the new member, Shadowverse says, I watched your last video, how much per month when you drop that. As an Air Force veteran myself, I have to say thank you for your service, by the way. Dude, appreciate it. Appreciate you, too, for the time that you sacrificed as well. And thank you so much for the membership, man. All right, where did we leave off? That is how you guys jump to the top. But the crappy thing is when I get so far behind. All right, so we're going to go with Sam right here. It says, hey, John, what's up? We are currently, I'm going to rifle through some of these questions actually real quick because we're starting to get to 20 minutes behind. But as we start to catch up, guys, feel free to throw in more questions. Like, we're not too many questions behind, but we are timing-wise. Sam says, hey, John, what's up? Do you think that the 6th Gen 4Runner will have X-Ray-S or EKDSS? It should not. I believe that the 4Runner is going to be just like the Land Cruiser and also the Tacoma in the sense of just normal suspension. I think that the The GX is the only one with the EKDSS, if I remember correctly. Debating between, oh, I already answered this one. If you weren't in here when I did that, I like the GFC more just because it's lighter, honestly, than the Smart Cap. Carlos says, would the Tacoma Limited electric steps fit other trims, plug and play? It should. It actually should. I'm not sure if you would have to get the wiring and also the switch for that, for the inside, but it should be relatively plug and play. That is one of the things that they said about the new Tacoma is a lot of the stuff on all the trims will be plug and playable with the trims below it and also above it if you want to. We're the new 4Runner Off-Road Premium. We want to see it. Where is it? Don't know yet. That is crazy that people forgot that like a normal TRD off-road existed, because when I made that video, they're like, ew, is that cloth seats? It's like, yeah, like that's a thing. Still with the current 4Runner, there are a lot of TRD off-roads out there, right? But the TRD off-roads currently, if you got it with cloth seats, they're more of a black seat. I don't think I've ever seen a lighter seat on a 5th Gen 4Runner. This Boulder interior, though, does look a little bit cheap in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of the Boulder interior. I would rather have black, either Softex seats or also black cloth seats. That's just personally how I like my interiors of my vehicles, is all black. And the cool thing, too, if you guys missed the video that I just put up about an hour ago, Tundra for 2025, if you guys are in the market for a new Tundra, will have black headliner now too, which is pretty rad. Brian, how's it going, man? Says, I think it's great that you're able to get cool new Toyota products and showcase your knowledge, straightforward thoughts on these. Pretty refreshing. I try, man. I try to be humble about it, and I also try to give you guys the good and the bad. Some trolls in the comments, they think that I just am a simp for Toyota and I'd always just talk good about the product, but clearly they don't watch all the videos, because I do discuss some downfalls to Toyota's products, just like the video that I just put up saying how the SR5 is now way more expensive than it was when I bought mine 3 years ago. You know, it's a difference of almost $4,000 for the same exact truck, and they really haven't changed that much on the SR5. So I mean, like, I just don't make rant videos, you know. I just insert it in videos, and for those that watch, they hear it, you know. But I appreciate you, Brian. Thank you so much. Alexander says, what, in your honest opinion, on the Land Cruiser 250 battery bump? Is it annoying, or could you live with it? Honestly, it's not annoying at all. I don't really care about it. It's not that bad, personally. And if you are wanting to kind of like fold the seats like a little bit more flat, it's personally better than the GX, because the GX, like, they'll tumble and you'll gain more space. But on the Land Cruiser, at least if you put the seats down to kind of like fold them flat, that battery hump kind of allows it to have just a tiny little step up, and it's pretty nice. So, I mean, the battery bump to me, it doesn't really bother me. To be honest, what would have been really nice, and I don't know why they didn't do it, and they should have, and maybe they will in the future, but they should have put a cargo tray on the battery bump. So the battery bump's there, it's already lifted up. Do another inch or two, right, to match the folded down seats. Put the cargo tray there. That way people can just slide it out, put stuff on it, slide it in, and then that cargo tray, its struts could sit in certain spots of the battery pack that's below it, and act as kind of like studs to put even more weight on top of that. So that's not laziness on Toyota's part, but I mean, maybe that's something that's coming in the future, but they should have put a cargo tray in there. That's one of the best features about my 5th Gen 4Runner, man. I love that so much. Yancey says, follow up to my other comment, do you have a tire in mind? And will you go with another mono-forged Relations race wheel, or have you thought that far ahead? I honestly haven't thought that far ahead yet. Most likely, if I do a different wheel, it would be a Relations race wheel or locked off-road wheels. I just got a set of their wheels for the 4Runner, actually. I am sponsored with Nitto, so I wouldn't mind trying other tires as well. But Nitto is a sponsor here on the channel, and they just released their new Nitto Grappler G2s, Terra Grappler G3s, sorry. And I will be hopefully getting some of those soon. And so if they make a 295/70 R18, that's almost a 35-inch tire, that is what is going on the Land Cruiser on Friday. That's what's going on the Tundra out there. Nice light tire, not super heavy, and it looks good too. And then Sean Kelly, Also a new member. Dude, we are gaining some members tonight. Thank you so freaking much, man. I truly appreciate it. Again, if you guys want to become members, you guys don't have to, but I truly appreciate it. It only costs $1 to help a Toyota addict. So, and then that sad Sarah McLaughlin song or whatever with the dogs and stuff that need fostering and everything. But man, Sean, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not sure what tiers. It doesn't say what tiers you guys did, but hey, I appreciate it. SR5 tier up to TRD Pro tier and everything. Thank you so much. You and Shadowverse, I appreciate it. When we get more and more members, guys, I will highly, highly, highly consider doing monthly giveaways. I think that would be really cool for the members. And again, like I said, this is just a passion, like not a passion project, but like just it's fun. It's a side hobby and stuff. So I don't boast or not boast, say all the time in videos like, hey, become a member of the channel, do this, do that, do this. Like it's whatever. I just let it come organically. But when it comes like this, like that with Sean, appreciate it. And then I just saw that you sent this message, Sean. Says, I used Baja Designs Amber Stealth bumper light for the first time in the fog, and a lot of people disliked me on the highway this morning. Hey, bro, at least they could see you on the highway this morning, right? Holy crap. Dude, amber lights, though, if you guys don't know, man, amber is what you need to cut through the fog, dust, all that stuff. White light is awesome. So cool, right? But the moment it's foggy or dusty or anything like that, you can't see anything because the white light just reflects off what is in front of you versus amber lights like this, they just cut right through it, and that's really funny. Thank you so much, Sean, for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it, man. John Lee says, I was wondering what camera you used for your videos. I actually use, well, this right now is just my MacBook Pro. It is the newest one, I think, with the M3 chip or whatever in it. I got it like last year. And then for my normal videos, I used to use my iPhone a lot, but I recently picked up probably, gosh, actually like 6 months ago now, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So I picked up the Pocket 3. It has like a wireless mic. It has a battery pack to it and everything, which I need to buy another one before the Texas Rodeo. I love it. It's awesome, super easy to use. It's very, very cool. So it's the DJI Pocket 3 is the one that I use. Dang, and Sean and Shadowverse, guys, if it gets too much, totally understand. But thank you guys so much for being TRD Pro freaking members, dude. Holy crap. That is awesome. That is the top tier we have, guys. It goes SR5, I believe Limited, TRD Off-Road. I can't remember if I'm swapping those two around. And then TRD Pro. And Sean and Shadowverse being TRD Pro freaking members, guys. Thank you so much. Just making sure that I got through these questions. Toyota Trail Trash says, thanks, John, for your hustle on everything Toyota. You're one of the best Toyota content creators. I try, man. I try. Like I said, bro, I just try to enjoy it. You know, I try to enjoy it so much. And if you're not enjoying it, then it's not worth it really anymore. But no, I really enjoy it. Sometimes, you know, it does become more of a job, like when I'm talking with companies to negotiate sponsorships and all this stuff and whatnot. But like at the end of the day, I just need to realize like, hey, I'm just doing it for like fun, and I'm doing it to share stuff with people. And I need to not think of it like too much as a business. I still want to, right? Because I want it to grow and get bigger and everything. But like at the same time, you know, it still needs to be fun at the end of the day. Josh said, though, I love my DJI Action 4. It's like a GoPro. Yes, I also have that too. Sorry. So I do have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and then I have the Osmo 4 for like in-car stuff. And to be honest, my wife's going to hate me. I don't care. I don't know if she's watching the live stream, but I'm probably going to pick up another Pocket 4, actually, because it's just so good. The battery life lasts forever on it. I had an Osmo Pocket 1 and or an Osmo Action, like the original, and I still have them. They're really, really good. The battery just dies a little bit fast, and the audio isn't, you know, it's a first, you know, gen action camera, but it's still really good. But the Action 4 is really, really good. But yeah, Trail Trash, appreciate you, man. AI Mike says, hey, John, if you had to go with a German car to replace any of yours, which one would you pick? That would be a Porsche. I would pick up a Porsche. I don't like Porsches that much, though, because, like, a lot of them look the same. And I know it's like an iPhone, right? I feel a lot of them look the same. And I'm sorry if I'm triggering any Porsche people, but a lot of them look the same. But it's like the hardware and the engine and everything underneath that is just so good with those cars. I do like Audis. The Audi R8 is just such a cool car. That's like a dailyable supercar, basically. Never been really a fan of Mercedes. They have some stuff that I like. Other Audi cars, they're cool. Maybe a BMW like M1 or an M2. I like their smaller cars that they have. That would be pretty cool too. And to be a smartass, right? A German car to replace any of these, a Supra, the new fourth gen or third gen Supra, Mark V Supra. I don't know, but yeah, never been the biggest fan of them. Porsche though, and probably BMW for just their M cars, which are pretty sweet. Ryan says, love the content, John. Hello from Texas. You think we should wait for the refresh on the Tundras or get a 25? So hopefully with the 25s, right, there's no engine issues. I swear, if we see a 25 with the engine issue, then that's bad. Like, that's really bad. Because there are some 24s that are having engine issues because Toyota released this recall, right, as those were already getting built. I still think that it took so long for Toyota to really do this recall and really figure it out. It took them too long, I feel. But if there's a 25 that comes out eventually and it has the same engine issue, I would say just stay clear. Honestly, like, it sucks as a content creator who enjoys Toyota stuff, and I really want to like the Tundra, but I swear, if we see a 25 that has this same engine issue, yeah, run. Yeah, I don't know. If we don't, though, then, hey, get a 25, get a super good deal on it, hopefully. I even recommend the 24s. Like, the amount of trucks, I say run, that was a little dramatic. The amount of trucks that are failing 24s-wise is not a whole lot. They're still failing, which does suck. But, man, the deals that they're doing right now on them, $10K off almost MSRP for a lot of these trucks, super low interest rates. Like, it's one of those things, like, would you rather just roll the dice, get a great price on a truck, and have a super low interest rate when a lot of other stuff is kind of high right now? Or just, like, not get it because you're scared, you know? But if you don't need a truck, then who cares? But if you're really looking for a truck, I would say, you know, capitalize on getting a truck at a good deal, because there may be that thought process, right, of the people that are waiting or whatever of, hey, this refresh is going to be fixed. So that may, when the truck comes out, kind of drive like a little surge in the market just because it's new again. Maybe it doesn't have like all those issues and stuff. So that is the only caveat on waiting for the refresh Tundra. Whereas, you know, the 25s, eventually they may be kind of in abundance in the dealerships as well, and you may be able to get, you know, them for a discount. Colin, answering a question about flat towable 4Runner, says that the Tacoma is not flat towable on the auto. Had a buddy try it on his SUV. So then most likely the 4Runner will not be flat towable. And sorry, Shadowverse, didn't see this. You said you deserve the subscription as a member. I've been lurking on the videos for a while and finally decided to take the step forward to support you the best I can. Well, I truly, truly appreciate it. But if you need that money to buy your Land Cruiser eventually, I do not mind if you drop down to the SR5 tier or if you just comment and like on videos, bro. But I truly appreciate you and Sean, man. Thank you guys so, so much. John C. says, I'm definitely I'm definitely showing to start a YouTube channel so I can buy a brand new Toyota pickup of some kind. Hey, do it, man. Then you corrected yourself. I'm going to start autocorrect. I'm going to start a YouTube channel so I can buy a Toyota pickup. Dude, do it. There's another channel. He's called Toyota Tacoma Enthusiast. He bought a hybrid solar octane Tier D off-road Tacoma. And judging based off of his views of things that I see, he's probably paying right now for at least close to half of his payment. You know, he's consistent with his videos. He's doing videos on topics of people, of things that people want to see, which is cool. So, and I'm all for that. I don't dislike that there's another person in this Toyota ring, right? Because like I said, his videos may recommend new viewers to my videos. My videos would recommend new viewers to his videos. And yes, there is the point where it could get oversaturated, right? And not to talk down on anyone, but that's where the people that are truly hungry will continue to make their videos and get better and stuff. And the other people will just kind of fizzle out, right? That's just how everything is. So if you are going to do it, John, do it right, do it well, do it consistently, make all your content better and stuff. And yeah, I mean, that's how my stuff started. $5 a month here, $6 a month, $6 a day, whatever. And then I remember like my first month of like $100. I was like, holy crap, dude, that's like a tank of gas almost. That's really cool. And then, you know, started to pay the 4Runners payment. And I was like, dang, I could get another truck and have it, you know, under the getting paid for too. And then that's when I bought the black Tundra first gen. And then I got a blue Tacoma and everything. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It was just really, really cool to see. Have you ever tried or would you try pizza cutter tires, considering them for the 4Runner? Like 255s? I don't know. I don't know if I would. That's kind of how the Tundra's tires were, honestly. I did a 37 by 11.5 on the Tundra. So to some, they may say that's pizza cutter because, you know, typically you would want a 12.5-inch wide tire, but like, whatever. I thought that it would save on some gas mileage by not being a fully wide 12.5-inch tire. It didn't. Yeah, I mean, I would consider it, just like, especially if it's still your daily, because there have been some videos out there of people that do 255 tires, and they really like them. So, yeah, it's all about function really over looks, because a lot of people love to do bigger tires and all this stuff for looks, which, hey, looks good, right? But really the caveat to that is functionality. So I do know a lot of people that do run skinnier tires and stuff. Once you air down, if you're going to off-road anyways, you're still getting a good contact patch. But while you're driving and stuff, dailying it, they're probably a lot better for gas mileage. Victor says, has Toyota hinted at price or reveal date yet? No, unfortunately, no. And I assume you're talking about the 4Runner. We have not yet. Shadowverse also says, okay, John, I think everyone wants to know, PlayStation or Xbox? So I grew up with our very first console was a Nintendo 64, and then we got a, man, which one came first? I think the GameCube came first, and then we had a PlayStation 2. And then for the next generation of consoles, we went Xbox 360. And then I have always been Team Xbox since then. So I know that the PS, ever since I had an Xbox controller in my hands, I just couldn't get over PlayStation's controllers. I just didn't like that the two analog sticks were right here. I know that the PS5 has like nicer, longer handles, and some people like that. But for me, I just always really liked the Xbox controller. And then really for like exclusive games too, I preferred Forza over Gran Turismo. But a lot of the other games I played, like they were on both consoles. So I don't know. I have an Xbox Series S right now. I don't play it as much as I should, but it was cheap. Walmart had it on sale. I think it was like $250 or something like that on Walmart online. I was like, is this real? And I went to check out and order it. I was like, I guess it was. So, I mean, I'm excited for Grand Theft Auto 6, though. Dude, we've been waiting forever for GTA 6. I would like to get back into it and casually play every once in a while, but I don't know. Like, when I sit down and play, I end up playing for a little bit too long, so I try to avoid it. But I would really like to have a designated kind of place, because we just have the Xbox hooked up to our living room TV. It's actually the only TV in our house right now. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel guilty hogging the TV and stuff. And then we also have a Switch currently too. So, you know, I play Switch Sports on that. The N64 virtual consoles on there too. And really my favorite system though was probably the Nintendo Wii. Like the Nintendo Wii was a very, very good system for sure. All right. Appreciate everyone coming in. For everyone joining the live stream, we got a couple events coming up. We got the the truck rodeo in Texas, We also have the Texas State Fair, where there will be a lot of vehicles on display. So I'm going to go there and record some videos for you guys on some vehicles, both Toyota brand and not, too, to see how that kind of is on the channel. And then also I will be at Overland Expo East after that, and then a cool fun thing called Camp Toyota. And then I'll be going to SEMA this year in Las Vegas. I love going to SEMA. It's one of my favorite events every year. Overwhelming as heck. This will be my third or fourth year, I think, going. And every single time I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much to freaking see. But this SEMA is going to be a little bit different. It'll be a lot of short form content. There will be long form content on Toyota stuff and maybe like kind of like a fun vlog video. But aside from that, there's going to be a lot of short form content that will be pushed over to like TikTok. Because they do over a minute videos. I really wish YouTube would do over a minute videos for short form content, like then cap it at like 3 minutes. Because TikTok, I don't know, I find myself watching short form content now like over a minute. And you could see the people that port their TikTok content onto YouTube, just like I did today. And it gets to a minute and it stops. And you're like, well, where's the rest of it? So hopefully YouTube does that soon. Is it sad my GoPro camera battery gets more mileage than my Tesla? That's absolutely crazy. Depends, though. It is hot right now, and I know when it cools off and stuff, too, Tesla batteries don't do good. But, yeah, some of those new cameras, man, like, I almost bought a new camera battery for the DJI Osmo Action 4, but it was, like, almost $80. I was like, this is crazy expensive, whereas on the Osmo Action 1, I bought like 4 off-brand batteries for like $20. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not going to spend the money right now, and we'll just see how this battery does. It recorded the whole day for me while I was out in California doing the Tacoma stuff, and it's just been a champ, man. It's been so good. The audio is a little weird on it. I don't know if I need to do an update on it, but the battery's so good, and it takes a 512 gigabyte little micro SD card, which I love too. So, I mean, I haven't tried GoPro in a while. I really want to try GoPro again, but ever since I've gotten into this DJI ecosystem of their products and stuff, and like my mic, the DJI mic that I have, I could sync it with my Action if I really wanted to and really do like, you know, wide open vlog stuff with it, which I may do at SEMA. We'll see. But I don't know. I know that GoPro has really stepped their game up because the competition is there. But I really like the DJI stuff. Alexander says, in your honest opinion, what is better, your 4Runner or the Land Cruiser? I understand they're two different vehicles, but what are some things that one does better than the other? The 4Runner is more solid. I don't know what it is. Cars are getting lighter. Cars are getting more car-like, right? But the 4Runner, it just feels way more solid than the Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser definitely gets a lot better gas mileage than the 4Runner. We will see when I potentially mess that up with bigger tires on Friday on the Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser is a little bit more comfortable to drive just because it has more power, even though it's a 4-cylinder. It's a hybrid. It's very peppy. It's more comfortable to drive. The 4Runner, ironically, has less wind noise than the Land Cruiser. And yeah, the 4Runner just feels more solid. It's pre-COVID. It's a vehicle that's been around for a while for Toyota. It's just something about those pre-COVID cars. Unfortunately, it's an excuse for these auto manufacturers, which is bullcrap. But the 4Runner is just so solid. When I shut the door, it feels like I'm in a tank. But drivability-wise, gas mileage, and power, the Land Cruiser definitely beats the 4Runner. Even off-road, too. I'm not going to off-road this Land Cruiser. I may, a little bit. That may be unpopular for this channel, but I already told you guys that this will be a mall crawler, and I don't care. I'll own up to that. I don't care. But I know that this Land Cruiser off-road, though, is very good. Rear locking diff, center locking diff, suspension with very good articulation and everything, front sway bar disconnect. It's honestly like I'm neglecting this thing by not driving it to its full potential off-road, but it is what it is. Maybe we will a little bit more as we build this car up and it gets its first scratch on it or something. I don't know. Alexander also says just because you probably had a bunch of time behind the wheel of both. Yeah, so if I had to pick one still, at the end of the day, I would pick the 4Runner. It's the OG. They're not making many like this anymore, right? It's just something special about something old. But that being said, if I was to just drive to the grocery store or just drive somewhere real quick and you gave me both keys, unless I was feeling nostalgic, I'm driving the Land Cruiser every single time. It's just easier to drive. I enjoy driving it more. But again, freaking tank right there, man. And so, and I'm curious to see if the 6th gen will follow that. I really am. Built in Japan is going to be that new 4Runner saving grace. It will be less tank-like, though, just because of the materials used, more aluminum, steel parts here and there and stuff on it, right? 4-cylinder engine. So it won't feel as heavy as that 4Runner, but I am curious how they're going to really build that car. Mike says, heard anything about changes on 25 Tacoma? No. I meant to message back my guy today to see when we will get 2025 Tacoma information, because I don't think that they'll just like, hey, here's the car and Mudbath is the new color. I feel like there should be something for 2025. I'm thinking it'll be like Nightshade Unlimited or some XP package or something like that. I'm not sure yet. But hopefully we get new Tacoma stuff within the month or maybe next month. Luis says, I'm jelly of everyone who's getting crazy deals on their 24 Tundras when I forgot to get mine at MSRP, or when I fought to get mine at MSRP in April. Love the truck, though. Just got it wrapped. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, it sucks, right? Like, I mean, it really does stink. And I could say the same thing if the market turns back around, and I see Platinums trading for $57,000. I'm like, man, I could have got more money for my Platinum, but it's the market. It's always changing, just like real estate too. I was telling my wife, because, we still want to move eventually, but I was like, man, we were in Tampa last year looking at these houses, and we really wanted to buy one. And thank God we didn't, because housing prices, they've dropped like close to $100,000 in that area easily, even this house too. Like, I wish we sold it. I love this house, but I wish we, kind of sold it last year at its peak and doubled our money in 3 years, Like, that would have been crazy to do that. Or no, sorry. We would have doubled our money in a year. Year and a half. I think it would have been around a year and a half, like when the market was at its peak here in Destin, and we would have doubled our money on this house. But then it was like, where are we going to go, So, and since that year and a half, this house has probably gone down probably like $200,000 or something like that, But it's one of those things where you just, it's whatever. It's the markets. Things are always changing and stuff, which does suck. But at the same time, it is what it is. Enjoy the truck. At least you got it at MSRP and not over and stuff too. So that is all good. Colin, what's up, man? Says, my personal opinion, the Land Cruiser reliability in relation to Tundra and Tacoma issues sparking up this year. Consider a 24 or wait for a 25 Land Cruiser trim with premium package. We're almost to the point where the 25s are going to be coming out anyways. So if you're even considering waiting, I would just honestly wait regardless, unless you can get a really good deal on a 24. I need to dive deeper into the Land Cruiser owners pages, because there's not a whole lot of issues really with the Land Cruiser that I really have been seeing. If you want to put some in the comments real quick, Colin, if you're still in here, hopefully you are. This question is 12 minutes old, sorry. But if you're still in here, if you want to put some in the comments. I know that people were having some transmission issues with this Land Cruiser, which I assume is the same issue that the Tacoma was having. A lot of people in my video, too, were having that same kind of wind issue. And, man, I wish I fixed it. But I may fix it soon with this Land Cruiser, or just mess with the trimming and stuff. Because this thing is decently quiet. Like, when you drive it, there is some wind noise. But, like, every once in a while, that, like, that annoying sound. And just for the price of this car, like, you shouldn't have any of those issues. I get that it's a first-year vehicle and stuff, so I don't know, but it's just crazy. But like I said, if we're almost a month or two away, I feel, from 25 Land Cruisers coming out. So I would just wait, honestly, especially for resale. But again, if you are able to get a good deal on a 24, then I would do that too, because I'm seeing some Land Cruisers at $2,000-$3,000 under MSRP, which is pretty nice. Dude, I'm seeing a Tundra Capstone 2022, 60,000 miles for $48K. Thoughts? That's a pretty good price. You may be able to get it cheaper, honestly. There was a 2023 Capstone, I think, with 20,000 miles at our local dealership for like 64, I think, something like that. So, I mean, The one, and that is one reason why I did not go with the capstone, because in all honesty, guys, if you guys have kept up with my videos, and when I sold my 3rd gen Tundra, I was considering buying another 3rd gen Tundra just to get like a lower car payment. And then that TRD Pro out there came up. I was like, could go both ways with this. And I am happy about that truck, but I was very close to getting a capstone just because I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. They drop in value so much. Luxury trucks across Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Ram, luxury trucks just plummet in value so fast, especially half-ton trucks that aren't heavy-duty diesel trucks. They just plummet in value so fast. So I wanted a capstone just to do a nice, clean build on one, but I was like, man, I don't know if I want to eat this depreciation because like it'll just go down so fast. So I mean, that's a pretty crazy price because you got to think about it, right? 3 years ago when that truck was new, it was like a $67,000 truck. So it dropped 20 grand almost in that time frame. So yeah, 45 to 50 for that truck, I feel like is pretty close to where it should be for sure. Sean member says, I wish Toyota would do something like GM did with the Typhoon or Cyclone. Those things ruled. I just saw a video actually on that of Cyclone racing a 3rd gen Ford Raptor, and it absolutely spanked it. Like, I get it's an off-road truck and stuff, right? But those Cyclones, even to this day, are still freaking fast. Dev says, hey, John, I know I asked my question recently, but a little deeper. Do you think there's any real drop-off in value for, say, an SR5 Premium versus a Tier D off-road? I think that a Tier D off-road will be more desirable over time than an SR5 just because of the off-road capabilities of it with the crawl control, the locker, and all that stuff versus an SR5. So there won't be a crazy drop-off, especially if that SR5 is a 4-wheel drive. If that SR5 is a 2-wheel drive, there will be a massive drop-off. But just the community of people that are looking for 4Runners, a lot of them do look for Tier D off-roads, honestly. So I think that the Tier D off-roads, Tier D Pros, they are the two for 4Runner that hold their value the most. And then SR5, it holds its value. And then Limited kind of like trickles in there as well. Again, luxury vehicles, they seem to lose their value just a little bit more. Frank, how's it going, sir? Says, I think it's going to be tough not to off-road the Land Cruiser once it's built out. Especially if this thing was out west, man. You know that. Beautiful scenery out there. We just have too many bushes, too many trees, too many branches and everything here. If I find a wide open spot or something for the Land Cruiser, then maybe. But my gosh, we just have so many trees that are just waiting to pinstripe the crap out of the vehicle here. But yeah, I enjoy the Land Cruiser though, still regardless. And if it looks good in the Starbucks drive-thru, I'm all right with that. But we did just get the Westcott pre-collar kit yesterday. Just came in the mail, and the wheels and tires are up at Yoda Mafia, and that will be happening on Friday. But we will be doing a tow test with the Land Cruiser prior to that. Mike says a rally package would be cool for the Tacoma. That actually would be pretty dope on the Tacoma with like less stickers. And I actually really like the seats. So again, if I don't know if you guys have watched Mark Tundra Dude 34's YouTube channel, but he has a 1794 edition Tundra seat for his office chair, which is so cool. So I think it'd be cool somehow to get that SR5 seats for my office as an office chair. I think that would be cool. Frank says, move out west. You know I'm trying. Eventually. Another house here in Florida and then another house in Arizona would be fine. We just put a tenant actually in our house in Litchfield Park. And my God, we have been having issues with the AC and vendors and all this stuff, and I feel so bad for that tenant. But we can't do anything here from Florida. It's in a property manager and all that stuff. But like, holy smokes, man. Like, to do stuff in Arizona right now was like so difficult. I was getting so freaking frustrated. Mike says, 70 people watching, only 43 likes. Come on, guys. Show some love. Mike, I appreciate that, man. If you guys can leave a like on the live stream for all people to see, whether they're subscribers or after the fact, it really does help with the YouTube algorithm. especially for any creator. Any creator that you guys like, it's literally free to do that for them. And just do a comment. And if you guys don't like this live stream so far, give it a thumbs down. Don't matter. But let me know what I could do to improve it. Jules says, I just came. What? For what? I'd like you to talk about a little bit about the LC300, please, even though it is not available in the USA. Ironically, I was just watching videos about the LC300 and the GR version of it, which is actually pretty cool. It's kind of like the Overtrail version of the GX, right? Front, rear lockers, or front and center lock. Front and rear lockers? What did they say? I think they said center and rear locking diff. Does it have all three? I don't know. Anyways, super sick. Another thing too, right? Like Frank said, buy a house out west and all that stuff. Like, yeah, a house out west, another one would be awesome. I do love real estate. And if we got a property in Costa Rica, which I would love to do one day, they sell the LC300 there. And I think that would be really cool. I'm not sure. I would have to talk with agents and stuff there and see how an expensive car like that is seen in a country like that. Costa Rica is a very, very safe country for the most part. It is ranked one of the safest countries in the world. But there is still drug trafficking and a lot of stuff that goes through there. And I wouldn't want to have a $100,000 vehicle there and it be seen kind of as a threat, if that makes sense. But Costa Rica does sell the LC300, and I think that would be really cool to have in a garage in Costa Rica if that ever happened. They also sell the 70 series still there, and Hilux as well. So that would mean we turn YouTube a little bit more into a business, guys, and really like pump everything up, maybe do a couple giveaways and stuff, right? That would be really cool to be able to afford something like that, but that is ambitions one day. But the LC300 is very cool. I would love to drive one. Hopefully I can in Australia or something like that one day, because it is there and I may be having a trip to Australia. But regardless, the 300 series, I wish we got it here in the States. We don't. We get the 200, the Prado. But yeah. Sorry, something's itching my nose. Dan says, hey, John, please help me make a good choice. I am trying to decide between a 24 4Runner or wait. Love the reliability of tried and true of the 24, but the looks, tech, and MPG of the 25. Bro, that's so hard because, like, you literally nailed it right on the head, right? The only thing is, oh, man, it's going to be hard, like, to get a 6th gen 4Runner in the beginning because you know how Toyota's going to do it. They're not going to make that freaking many. There's going to be kind of like a shortage of it, right? All the people that want it right away are going to scoop them up. They're going to pay over MSRP. But here's the thing. Both. Like, I would say both, honestly, if you can swing it, you know? Not own both at the same time, but, like, you could probably get a somewhat decent deal on a 24 right now, right? At least MSRP, under MSRP. I've seen some for under MSRP at certain dealerships. And then when that new one comes out, the moment it has some issues, right? People are going to be like, nah, 5th gen's where it's at. So, like, the 2024 5th gen will hold its value for a good bit. It'll hold its value, I feel like, for a good bit, just like the 3rd gen Tacomas are somewhat holding their value for a good bit, and especially the 2nd gen Tundras, too, because the 3rd gen Tundra has had a lot of issues. But I think that, honestly, you'd be safe buying a 24, enjoying that reliability, driving that tank tried and true, and then, like, if the 5th gen 4Runner starts to prove itself, right, become a little bit more available on the lots, trade that thing in, sell it private party, whatever, for 6th gen. If I was in the market for a 4Runner, that's kind of like what I would do. Wrap versus PPF versus color change PPF. I think if you can afford it, color change PPF is probably the best. It's thicker material. It looks cool. You can change the color. It's the best of both worlds, right? Wrap is significantly cheaper. If you like the color of your vehicle and want it to maybe look a little bit different, matte PPF is pretty sick. Like, if I was to do a matte PPF, I would do it on the Land Cruiser so it looked like a kind of a matte finish to it. I think that would actually look pretty rad. Kelly Blue Book had a 10K difference between TRD Off-Road and TRD Pro, was around 5K for an SR5. Yeah, Yeah, Tier D Pros, they hold their value like crazy. And they're also more expensive like crazy, too. Tier D Off-Road and SR5s, yeah. Like I said, I really feel like Tier D Off-Roads will hold their value a little bit more than SR5s, just because of all the, goodie and off-road materials or equipment and all that stuff that they have. Jimmy, how's it going, man? What is up? Thank you for joining the live stream. We are getting caught up on questions. Pretty good now, guys. We're only a couple minutes behind, so if anyone has any questions, throw them up into the comments. For everyone joining in, if you guys want to leave a like. I see we have 18 likes over on Facebook. Thank you guys so freaking much. We are going to Texas next week for the, I almost said rodeo, for the state fair, going on Media Day. Hopefully they have some food vendors and stuff there for some good old Texas barbecue. And then we will be doing a truck rodeo, which is a bunch of different vehicles and stuff, bunch of different trucks. And then we will be going to Overland Expo East up in Virginia. I need to get with GFC because I think my truck will still be in GFC's booth. We're going to be taking the Tacoma up there. And then we will be going to a event called Camp Toyota, which is a bunch of content creators getting together. We're going to camp, drive some cool Toyotas. And then I will be going to SEMA, which is one of my favorite events of the year in Las Vegas. So we'll be pretty rad to do that. JJ says, hey, John, would love to see you get your hands on a 3rd Gen Tundra with the Tier D Performance Package. That would be cool. So we can hear your thoughts on it. On the fence on getting it. That would be rad. I am going to screenshot this real quick because I'm not sure what cars we have for that Camp Toyota, but maybe we could persuade this one. So that'd be cool if we're able to get that. Just stand by. I'm texting my Toyota contact to see if we could try one of those. Didn't know if it could be something we drive for Camp Yoda. And gotta put the emoji like this, right? Where's our faces? That should be a recent one because I always use that one. Oh my gosh, and it's my top one. All right, we'll see. I would love to drive. So I almost had the opportunity, though, to drive a TRD performance package in Utah when I was there at the Cruiser Fest up there. And I wanted to record it and everything because that would have been one of the first videos on YouTube. But they took the truck to go like off-road and do stuff with it, and then it was dark out. So I still, I guess, could have done that video, but it would have been absolutely horrible for content creation, it being dark. But that would be pretty rad to have something like that and drive for you guys. I would really like to do that because it's expensive, right? It's very expensive, $3,900. So like, it needs to really drive a lot better and be worth it. John says, hey, John, glad you're keeping your 4Runner after all. I think it is somewhat of a miss not having a V6 option for the new gen Land Cruiser and 4Runner. I agree for the Land Cruiser for sure. The 4Runner, like, yeah, it would have been cool for it also to have a V6 option. But honestly, like, this isn't me fluffing up the car like for Toyota. They don't pay me, even though people think they do. But the 4-cylinder is very good. The 4-cylinder is very good, and especially the hybrid. The hybrid moves this Land Cruiser so well. It doesn't really need the V6, but the V6 is still, to me, a better driving engine. Not as herky-jerky as the hybrid system is. And this hybrid system is a lot better than the Sequoia and the Tundra, by the way. But still, the GX with that twin-turbo V6 in it, just very refined. Very nice of a driving experience. A lot of horsepower, too, for the top end and everything. So, like, the 4Runner, I'm not, like, overly concerned about, like, it having the 4-cylinder. But the Land Cruiser, it would have definitely been cool to to have the V6 in there. Ryan from Yoda Mafia, yo, what up, bro? How's it going? Another member up in the chat. Ryan will be taking care of the Land Cruiser, guys, on Friday, putting the lift kit on it from Westcott, bigger tires, and that's about it. The tires are already mounted and stuff, so it may be easy, but I'm still going back and forth if I want to put the TPMS sensors in it. Might as well. Actually, there's spare TPMS sensors there at Yodama. I wonder if they'll go for this Land Cruiser. That may save us some time. I don't know. We'll see. But Ryan's up in the chat, going to take care of the Land Cruiser. John, if that was you, would you take that capstone deal I mentioned? Huh. I don't know. That's the only reason I wouldn't is not that I'm scared about the mileage, but like it is a lot of mileage for me to really want, I guess. But that is a pretty good price. So it's four-wheel drive, standard four-wheel drive. It's the hybrid and everything. I would see if the dealership is offering an extended kind of like warranty for it, just in case. And I would definitely test drive it. Listen for any creaks and rattles and all that stuff too. Bad wind noise. Just listen for that, because for it to have that many miles as a 2022, that must have been like one of the very early, kind of first ones. And that dude definitely did a little bit over average miles per year, which is nice because it means like it most likely was highway mileage. But that's I don't know. I'm sounding petty. That's too many miles. But like that is a good amount of miles still. But if it drives totally fine and it feels brand new, and if you can get them, down a couple more thousand, then yeah, man, try for it. How's your Toyota Land Cruiser doing? The Land Cruiser's doing good. I think we're almost at 4,000 miles now on the Land Cruiser, and like I said, it's gonna be getting lifted soon. I've had it stock for about 3 months. I've enjoyed it stock. It was nice, but now it's time to make it look cool. I will be doing a towing test video for you guys prior to lifting it. So I'm gonna take the truck or Land Cruiser, drive up, get a trailer, drive it back down, showcase the MPG going up stock, coming down with the trailer, MPG going up with the trailer to compare it to stock, and then drive back down. Oh shoot, it's gonna drive down with the lift on it. Whatever, you guys know the gas mileage of the Land Cruiser. It's all good. Oh crap, no, that's really gonna mess up. I didn't think about that. Whatever, it'll be all good. What's up, Armin? How's it going? Like button clicked. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Not sure how much longer we will go on this live stream. Typically, we went last week only about an hour because the debate was going on. If you guys want to talk politics, we could put that up in the comment section because comments are slowing down. But we usually go about an hour and a half to 2 hours with it. I did just run before this, so I'm actually feeling good. I've been fat lately and not running. So it was nice to actually get out and run and help my mind and everything because I've been mopey for sure. But now sitting down, my butt is kind of hurting. H. George, how's it going? Says, a nice video content, bro. Congrats on your channel. Keep up with the cool videos. I have a 24 Tundra Platinum. I want to do a couple cool upgrades. Do you have any cool suggestions? Man, so if I was to have a Platinum again, I would do, if it doesn't have automatic running boards yet, 100% automatic running boards. That is like the best thing ever. Little bit bigger of tires. I probably would have kept, if I was to buy my Platinum again and have already done that build that I did, right? If I'm buying a brand new 25 Platinum, I would probably keep for now the 20-inch wheels on it and put some 35-ish tires on the 20s, make it look super clean, and maybe just lift up the front end with just a little bit of a leveling kit. And that would really be it. And tint, window tint for sure. Alexander says, do you think that Toyota will remove the battery bump in the Land Cruiser in the future with a different engine altogether? Fingers crossed for a diesel. That ain't gonna happen. That'd be dope though. If it did. But the only way that they would get rid of the bigger battery bump in the back is if they went to like lithium batteries, a lot smaller of a battery footprint. So yeah, it may happen, yeah, in the future, or if they move the battery packs around a little bit, smaller batteries, or if they put the V6 in it, which I don't think will happen, but that would be nice. Scotty says, hey, mate, hope you are doing well. Keep up the great content. I am doing well. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, too, Scotty. Thank you so much for commenting. Sean says, the one thing that I don't like about my Tundra is this trailer detection system. So annoying. Yeah, it just doesn't work the best sometimes, right? I mean, I don't know. It either beeps or it doesn't take off like the brakes and everything that it's supposed to, like the parking sensors and everything. So I mean, yeah, it's annoying sometimes. I'm very curious as to how this Land Cruiser is going to do towing. It is a smaller trailer. It's not going to be a heavier trailer. But a couple journalists have had issues with the Land Cruiser. So I'm not sure if they're just rushing stuff or if they're not doing all the steps or something. But we're going to see how it is towing with the Land Cruiser. Greg says, Trump or Kamala? That debate, man, I don't know. It seemed kind of one-sided, no? It seemed like it was really 3 against 1 for sure with a lot of stuff. And there's been stuff after the debate as well that has come out. And you can believe whatever you want to believe, right? Where the hosts of the debate were saying that Kamala had the questions a couple weeks in advance, which is bullcrap. Also, too, that she knew one of the chick, they were friends from back in the day or sorority or something like that. And also they were told not to fact check Kamala. So, yeah, very one-sided with that too. She definitely agitated Trump a bit, which Trump definitely needs to work on and stuff. But, people just lie about him all the time. So I guess it just gets frustrating and whatnot too, to just always be told that you're getting lied about and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know really who won that debate. Kamala was definitely a lot calmer, but like I said, if it is true that she had all the questions and all the stuff too to write her rebuttals and poke at Trump like a couple weeks in advance, then that makes sense. And then Trump was just his normal self, I guess, with that. So, yeah, I don't really know if there was really a winner for that, personally. George says, is the Tier D performance package not on the configurator? Oh, shoot. Honestly, I didn't even really realize if it was on the configurator at all. I actually didn't see that. I'm not sure if it was on the extra options. I'm going to have to double look. I didn't even think to look at that. I saw the TRD lift kit, but I didn't see the performance package. Frank says, King has a new 2.5-inch lift for the Land Cruiser and GX. Mine will be here soon, and Westcott will install it along with new bumpers and skid plates. Frank, you're going all out on the GX. Oh, man, that's awesome, though. I don't think Facebook allows you to comment photos on my videos, but if you want to message me or you can email me again at BlueTRDJohn for that. I can't remember if I gave you my number when we were in Arizona, but I would love to see the outcome of that. Or, you know what? Westcott will most likely make a video too on it. So, yeah, I can't wait to see that. George says, okay, cool, thanks. Keep that in mind. You guys are talking about a 4Runner. Hopefully you can get a good deal. Alexander says, why do you think Toyota didn't use lithium batteries in the Land Cruiser? So the first reason for that is because the nickel metal hydride batteries, which is what's in the Land Cruiser right now, I was told are really the main only batteries that are recyclable. So that is one reason why Toyota did it. And also they're cheaper. So if they do go out in the future, they will be easier and cheaper to replace than lithium. So that's what I was told. I didn't fact check it, right? Toyota wants batteries that are easily recyclable and they're cheaper, and they should last, I think, longer than lithium does. I'm not 100% sure. But the nice thing about lithium, though, is that lithium gives you more power. They're smaller, and they're just better, like for actual hybrid systems. Like if this had the same big battery pack that it had as lithium batteries, you could probably drive on this vehicle like in EV mode a lot. Like it would almost, like I feel like it could be like almost a prime vehicle at that point too. Eminent says, John, thank you so much. I just checked the Carfax, all service on Toyota North Austin. No recalls, no accidents, one owner on the capstone. That may sound like a pretty good vehicle then. I would definitely test drive it, radio off, listen for creaks, rattles, everything. If you have a missus or a gentleman, I don't know, I assume you're a dude. If you have a significant other, have them drive it, sit in the passenger side too, thinking about and listening for things as well. And just really make sure that it's a good truck, a good solid truck. Because 60,000 miles on it, like there's been enough for that truck to break itself in and it be where it's supposed to be at. That like it just kind of peeves me about the new Tundra, right? Because like I got my Platinum and it was super solid for like 4,000 miles. I even made a video about it. I titled it Toyota's Learning. And it was super solid, no creaks, no rattles, no this, no that. And it's like, as I drove the vehicle more and more, it's not like it was falling apart, but it was like, all right, now there's a kind of a rattle here. Now there's this. Now my windows are making noise. Now they changed out the seals. Now I have a crap ton of wind noise. And that was all before I lifted the truck too. The windows started going before I lifted the truck. It was just frustrating. So at 60,000 miles, that truck should be pretty worn in, you know? And I hope that you were still in here when I did that, Eminent. So gonna head out, man. Talk to you later. Cripple Creek, what's going on, Chris? How's it going? Good evening, John. Better late than never. Costco run with the missus, bro. Costco run, and it's later at night. Got some free samples and stuff walking up around that thing. That's pretty nice. I can't wait to be around a Costco again. We have Sam's Club here where we're at in Destin. And Sam's Club it's fine. It's owned by Walmart, which that's kind of whatever. But like, I don't know. It's just every video that I see of people doing Sam's Club hauls or what's it called? Costco hauls. Costco just has so much more organic food, more meat selection, better meat selection, better fruit section and everything too. So I mean, it just seems like Costco has it all. Down in the Tampa area where we're looking at moving, there is a Costco. So very excited. It's weird. I don't know if you get older or what, but like you're excited that there's a Costco and stuff, which is pretty cool. Sounds good, Eminent. Glad you're still in here for that. Sorry, I didn't see the message earlier. Kyle, what up, dude, says, should I buy a 25 4Runner SR5 Premium or a used 23 Platinum? Both will be around $50,000. I don't need a truck other than to tow a small boat, but it seems like way more space and capability for the money. So space-wise and towing-wise, yes, tons more capability. It just depends on what you're going to use the truck for, right? Like if you're only going to use it to tow a boat and you want the space, then I guess that makes sense, right? But like the 4Runner, it'll still be able to tow 6,000 pounds, which I may not push it that hard, but you know, it can still tow close to 6,000 pounds. And the 4Runner will have more space than the Tacoma. So it will be somewhat spacious back there in the Tacoma or in the 4Runner for rear passengers and even the cargo area too. Before we had a Tundra and trucks and stuff, like this 4Runner was my truck. You know, it has a good amount of space on the inside. The cargo area of this is different than the new 4Runner coming out, but the 4Runner is always very utilitarian, you know, especially with the rear window that rolls down. You could stick wood out of it, big items and everything. I just really hope that the new 4Runner still kind of like retains that, you know. Billy says that he just bought a 23 Tundra SR5. Check the recalls and mine isn't affected by the check engine recall. Mechanically, should I be worried about longevity? No, I wouldn't. Just drive it, you know, just drive the vehicle. If it fails, it's going to fail. There's no telltale signs. You don't get like any real warnings before it fails. Just try to forget about it. You know, like it sucks to say that, but just try to forget about it. The percentage of trucks sold versus ones failing are still it's still small. It's still small, but again, the internet is an echo chamber, makes it seem like it's every single truck, but it is not every single truck. The thing is, though, is that with this being a known thing, I really feel like Toyota will do good by it. Even if your truck falls out of warranty in 5 years, right? And let's say you're at 70,000 miles and the engine goes, and it's most likely because of the debris in the engines, and it's the same symptoms and everything, then I feel like they're obligated to fix it at that point, even if the truck is out of warranty, if it's the same characteristics and same issue, because they just happen to stop at that recall, right, at that build date for 2023s. That's just right now. I guarantee maybe when the 2025s come out, all 2023s will be affected, especially if the number keeps rising. If the number keeps rising, that's where they're going to do it. The main reason they only recalled 2022s and into 2023s is because that's where a big bulk of the failures were, right? They haven't done 24s yet because the amount that have failed versus the amount sold, it's not as big. Also, too, if it was a stop sale on the Tundra, I really hope that Toyota's not doing it because of that. I really hope it's because of the amount sold that are failing versus not. But if I don't think that's the reason, because the Grand Highlander is still at a stop sale for Toyota because of the airbag recall. So, I feel like if it was truly safety issues, they would do that with the Tundra. That's just me wanting to really think about that way. Turbo Trant says, could the new TRD Pro 4Runner touch the 70K mark? It can. I think it will be close to it. I think that the MSRP of the 4Runner TRD Pro, if it's not the same as the Tacoma at like 64 to 65, I think it's going to be like 67 or 68. I really think that's going to be where it's going to be at. With the Trail Hunter being just a little bit more expensive. I think that the Trail Hunter is going to be more expensive than the TRD Pro. Kyle says, side note, though, Costco is miles ahead of Sam's. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Sam's Club, it's been fine. It's whatever. We go there, get paper towels, toilet paper. We get a lot of Airbnb stuff for our properties there, like the toiletries and dish soap and all that and whatnot. But, like, the meat is just meh. It's fine. There is some organic stuff, but it's not the best. But every time I see Costco stuff, man, it's just so good. Like, it just looks better in videos too. I had a Costco growing up, but I was never like into stuff like I am now, right? Like, I live with my parents. My mom would just go to Costco, get a whole bunch of stuff before we go out on to like the river or like the desert and stuff. But like, I never looked at it. So I am familiar with Costco. I would always go for like the samples and stuff as a kid and whatnot. But Sam's Club is just, I don't know. Sam's Club to me just feels like Walmart, but with just, you buy more crap instead of like just like onesie twosies. You could buy it like in bulk. Cripple Creek says, I agree, Kyle. We have both and ended up going to Costco more and even cheaper gas. Built a leveling platform for the 4Runner. Can't wait to. Nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm excited for it. But I don't know how much we would actually get from Costco all the time, because we get our cow from my wife's parents and stuff, and I am actively really trying to get back on my diet as well, because I fell off, and like, I still eat decently healthy, but there would be like a little bit too many of cheat meals, every other week, or like, given some temptations, and like, you just feel like shit afterwards, and I'm so over it, and when I was on carnivore for like 6 months, like, it was the most, like, this is just the best I ever felt in my life, and like, mental clarity, not being agitated and upset about things and stuff. But now I think I want to get more onto a animal-based diet and still allow some carbs and stuff too, like with honey and some fruits, and not overdo it, and just see how my body is with that, and just try to work out a little bit more, because I just haven't been moving that much lately. Kyle says, question not relevant to Toyotas, which is totally cool. We talked politics and just a couple comments up there, and we've talked about not Toyotas and helping people out with YouTube, what camera gear I get, so it's all good. Kyle says, question not relevant to Toyotas. If you were to start a new YouTube, what would you recommend to newbies trying to start a new channel? Thumbnails, make sure that they are good. Don't put like too much text on them or have a bunch of things trying to like tell your whole story in the thumbnail, right? I used to do that in the past, and thumbnails are now more of a thing to like catch people's attention and have just a little bit of information to make them then read your title. That should also be somewhat engaging, right? I need to get better at my titles. Don't be clickbait and be a dick, you know, to just like get people to watch the video, because if you do that and it's nothing what the person thought it was going to be, they're just going to bounce right off. And then that's not good for the YouTube algorithm, right? So make a good thumbnail, make a enticing title that gives some information about what the person's going to be able to like somewhat expect in the video, right? And then just make multiple videos, you know? Like, it's not going to be a smash hit overnight unless you're just like super good at editing and telling good stories and stuff and making good content. Just keep going with it. And I always recommend have like 5 videos ready, right? Like, the last thing you want to do is make a video, it gets some traction, and then like a month later you finally get around to making the next video. I would just have like 5 videos ready, read the comments, reply back to comments if you get any, right? Like, don't expect them because it takes time. And just reply back to them if people say, hey, you could do this better, or your audio was bad. The crappy thing is, like, YouTube's not, it sucks, but YouTube's not like, hey, that was a funny cat video, like, and it went viral. Sometimes it still does, like with shorts now, right? But YouTube has turned into what it was like in the early 2000s and stuff, or mid 2000s, whatnot, into like legit production. Like, I mean, the fact that I'm using my computer with no external audio and like a bokeh background and stuff, like, some people that may turn people off from like watching a live stream, you know? It's literally just my MacBook. But that's like the difference of my channel is I try to do, and this is another thing, get like your vibe of your channel down. Don't try to be like other people just because that's what's successful for them on YouTube. I get several emails all the time of people saying like, hey, we need to make your thumbnails better. We can make them like this. And they all look like Mr. Beast. I'm like, no, I don't care. I don't want my car to be on fire going through this crap to look exactly like all the other freaking thumbnails on YouTube. It's not going to stand out if it's like all the other thumbnails, you know? So just be your own person with your videos, make them engaging, and above all, like, enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, then it's not for you, right? If you don't like editing, like my wife, she hates editing, and I tell her I'll edit, just record the videos. Like, if you don't like it, like, don't force yourself to do it, you know? If you have any other questions, Kyle, questions are slowing down, so just let me know in the comments. Frankie says, stock SR5, thinking of either 275s or 285s. Will zero offset create any rubbing, or do I need offset like positive 25? I would like some poke. Not sure if you know of off the top of your head. Frankie, which vehicle? Because if it's a new Tacoma SR5, that will greatly differentiate my answer compared to like a 5th gen 4Runner. Or if it's a Tundra, it'll be different than like a 5th gen 4Runner or an old Tacoma. So let me know, Frankie, in the comments real quick which vehicle SR5 you're talking about. And if you said it earlier, sorry. I've had a lot of comments in this live stream to remember. I apologize. John says, do you think that the 6th gen 4Runner Platinum and Limited will be close to 70,000? To be honest with you, I forgot about the Platinum. I think the Platinum will be up there for sure. Platinum will probably be like 65. Limited will probably be in the 50s, I would say. 50s to very low 60s, knocking on the door of that. Because the current 4Runner Limited is around that price, you know, in the very low 50s. So I think that depending like on hybrid systems, right? That's why I think that the Platinum will be a bit more expensive because of the standard Platinum, of the standard hybrid. But yeah, I think Platinum will definitely be more expensive than the Limited will. It's going to be one of the top tiers. Frankie says 24 Tacoma. Okay, so 24 Tacoma, 285 70 R17s. That'll be very close to rubbing, but you should be fine. A 0 offset will have some poke for sure. Plus 25 will have like that just barely poke. Like the side bulge will come out of the tire on like a stock truck. So I want to say that you would be fine with 285s because I have 285 75s, I think, on my Tacoma with a little bit of a lift, and it rubs, but I have a plus 12 offset. And it didn't used to rub, but it does now. I don't know if I'm out of alignment or what, but it just rubs ever so slightly on the felt up front. But all I have to do is just move that felt up a little bit, and I'm totally fine. So I haven't done anything preventative on my Tacoma to make it not rub, aside from taking out the little cab mount protection thingies. But I still have like the mud flaps on my Tacoma, and they don't rub. So a plus 25 with a 285 70, that would be like really close. If you rub, it would be micro. Positive or a 0 offset, you're definitely going to have some poke, probably a good inch or so of poke with a 0 offset, honestly. Maybe close to that because 285s aren't as wide as a 12.5 inch tire. But it would be close to half an inch to a full inch of poke with a 0 offset tire for that. Kyle says, I do have more questions. Would you start with an introduction video, or would you just start with the content first, then maybe an intro later? That's a good question, and it could go both ways. You could just start with a normal video, and maybe in the community tab of the YouTube channel, right? Just like give your quick introduction, and even in the bio of the YouTube. But like if it's a car channel or whatever and you're talking about your cars, you could just start the video about like, hey guys, this is my first video, what's up? These are my cars and this is what my channel is about. And then like just kind of start the video, you know? It doesn't need to be a sit down introduction, because like, not to, you know, sound mean, but like people don't know you. Some people may want to know you, but they kind of want to know what your content's going to be about. So just kind of make the first video like a little bit of a hybrid about that, right? And then let's say, you know, you see people in your comment section being like, yo, that 4Runner is pretty sick or something like that. You know, then after the second video or whatever, you post a video about that 4Runner talking about that. And then the algorithm may make people come back to your channel because of that. I will be getting a Tundra soon, George said. 37s or 35s? Are 37s worth it? No. 37s are not worth it. They look cool. They're awesome. I will never put 37s again onto the Tundra. I just won't do it. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. And if I do this in the future, guys, I'm sorry. But I just, 35s, just, they look perfect on the Tundra. They're not too big, not too small. I just felt like 37s were just way too big. I personally did not body mount chop my Tundra. It was 37 by 11.5s with a 0 offset wheel. And I didn't, you know, I didn't body mount chop it. It rubbed. It rubbed all the paint off, and then Ryan just sprayed it real quick before I traded it in, and he made it look good. He made it look good. But I never body mount chopped. I didn't even do any trimming, honestly, on my Tundra. But I did have a 2.5 inch lift on it with the Dobinson's kit. And again, my tires were 0 offset, but I think if I had 12.5 inch wide tires versus the 11.5, they definitely would have rubbed. But I think the 11.5 was the saving grace for my truck. Would you ever consider, grab yourself a 21 Tundra if you still can. For sure, man, they're out there. Used trucks are out there. Would you ever consider importing an old right-hand drive Toyota pickup / cruiser from Japan? I want a 3rd gen 4Runner Hilux Surf. Diesel, right-hand drive. I think that's really cool. So that would be one of my Japan imports. I think that would be really rad. I have considered it. I think that they would be cool. There's also like some Toyota vans, right? The whole K-truck scene is super crazy right now. But Toyota does offer their own like vans and stuff too that people are kind of building out for Overland. I think that they're pretty sweet. Johnny says, hey John, looking for a new 1794 Tundra and want the best ride for road driving and pulling a bass boat. In your opinion, what's the best ride? Stock suspension, load leveling with ABS, or TRD off-road package? Probably just a normal stock suspension. The TRD off-road, don't do ABS just for a bass boat. A lot of people that have gotten ABS suspension, they don't like it because it is kind of bouncy and stuff. So stock suspension will be, I assume, pretty plush. My Platinum was very plush. But TRD off-road, it's not that bad either. Just keep in mind with TRD off-road, though, you do get the Falcon tires, which may be a little bit noisy and somewhat bouncy because they are off-roady tires. But yeah, I would say either TRD off-road or stock. I would lean towards stock if you just want comfort. But if you're planning on putting different tires on anyways, then just go with the TRD off-road. Better for resale also, especially if you could get them close to the same price. But hey, Mark H says the new Tundras are crap, so don't buy one, Johnny. To each their own, man. Some people like them. I've had issues with some of my Tundras. I still liked it at the end of the day, but I didn't love it at the end of the day. I really wanted to love it. But Mark did answer your question, though. TRD off-road suspension is a little better than stock. It is better than stock for sure. I'm not, maybe better than the SR5s, but I do remember my SR5. Granted, it didn't have 20-inch wheels on it. It was comfortable, but the Platinum that I had, that suspension was maybe too soft. Maybe you don't want a suspension that's too soft if you're towing, because then it will do that porpoising dolphin effect thing, right? But man, the Platinum that I had on that stock suspension, it was good. You're welcome, Frankie. Tacoma or 4Runner, and first mod for the new 4Runner. First mod for me for the new 4Runner. Well, I don't know, because I'm getting it in the West Coast. I was going to say window tint, but it may not be window tint, unless I find a good tint guy out there, which I'm sure there is in the West Coast. Man, first mod for the new 4Runner, it'll probably be tires. It'll probably be different tires, honestly, because I think that the 4Runner TRD off-road, it looked like it came with the same Michelins that the Land Cruiser did, and not like the BFGs like the Tacoma does. So my first mod for the 4Runner will probably be wheels and tires. Ephraim says, badass channel, man. Appreciate it. 35s on a Tundra all day long. Won't regret it. Yeah, I think 35s over the 37s. 37s are cool, to say you have 37s, but at the end of the day, I think 35s are perfect for it, honestly. Kyle says, thank you for answering my questions. I know they might have been stupid. I appreciate it. No question is a stupid question at all. Unless it's intendedly, is that even a word? If it's intended to be stupid, I guess. But no, don't worry at all, bro. It is all good. If you start a YouTube channel, it's the best to try to get it from a source, right? Versus definitely do all your research that you can. But also, Kyle, look up, what's the name of their channel? vidIQ is pretty good. To look up for stuff. vidIQ, and then hold on, I'm getting to it. What is the other channel? Think Media is a good channel as well to just type into YouTube, especially for those who are starting out. Alex says, is the TRD Pro Fox shocks that much better than the Bilstein off-road package? They're not insanely better, but they are better than the Bilsteins. The main reason is they are a bigger shock, so it allows, and with the piggyback reservoir on it, they allow the oil to cool off faster. So you have less shock fatigue and everything with them, and they are a little bit cushier of a ride. But if you're looking to upgrade your suspension still, there is still an upgrade from the TRD Pro Fox shocks, especially on the Tundra. The new Tacoma Fox shocks are actually pretty decent, the QS3s, but the Tundra, it could use some improvement, but they're still pretty good. I miss the V8 Tundra. All combined, what is the best gen for all? For Tundra, honestly, still my favorite gen's the first gen for some reason. 4Runner, I like the 5th gen. It's going to take some time for the new one to try to prove itself. Tacoma, I like the 4th gen the best. And Sequoia, I've never really had experience with the other Sequoias, so I can't really like talk about those. Land Cruiser, I like this one because it's somewhat affordable, right? The 200 series is nice, but it is a very expensive vehicle. But it is a solid tank for sure. I would like to maybe have one of those one day. But yeah, so we're all caught up on questions, guys. I think we will wrap up the live stream again. I doubt these guys are still in here, but Sean, thank you so much for becoming a TRD Pro member. And also Shadowverse, thank you so much for becoming a TRD Pro member. Guys, I appreciate you all coming to the live stream. Have a great rest of your week. If you want, you can go watch the video that I just released about the build and price tool on Toyota's website, or go eat some food, have fun with whoever you guys live with, whatever you do for the rest of your Tuesday night, and I will catch you all in the next one. Smithy, bye. Everyone, take care. Have a great night. Ray, thank you so much. Everyone joining in. Frank, Ephraim, Mark, everyone in here. Kyle, appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.